Hobart. Scallywag crew working overtime from the moment they came out Sydney Heads and things started to go wrong. Had a forward stay rupture and it's just been tough going from then on.
Looks as though they're trying to reattach the jib that they did have up. And that was the problem area at the tack area where it joins the hull of the boat, and they're reattaching it. So maybe, just maybe, they've been able to fix the problem and they might be able to get this sail up again, which would be great news for them, because at the moment they've got that very small storm jib on. Still making good progress, but certainly not at maximum speed.
That is an incredible job they're doing up the front, isn't it? You think about the weight those group of guys are trying to move in that sail, and then to have that workspace to work in where it's bouncing up and down a couple of metres and you're getting hammered with sea spray. Incredible. You're just trying to hang on.
Just trying to arrange the halyards to make sure there's clear so they can hoist, and that's the spread of the fleet, the bulk of the fleet there already. A lot of distance between a lot of boats. But it's a day for boats that want to go to windward. The bigger, heavier boats will be absolutely thriving in these conditions.
Yeah, and after all the chaos of Sydney Harbour, they do start to spread out now and find their way and find their spot in the fleet. Of course, the bigger boats going to the front.
That's Flying Cloud. She's a Beneteau First 40, skippered by George Martin from the Middle Harbour Yacht Club.
The national representation is great this year too. There are yachts from all over the country. Good turnout from Tassie, says South Australians, a lot of Queenslanders, and of course from New South Wales, plenty of Victorians. Good national turnout.
King Billy in the foreground, and in the background Rev. Two great competitors for the Hobart race. Kevin Whelan on Rev, one of the most popular members of the CYCs in the performance handicap division. But gee, this is a big early lead to Law Connect. She is motoring in these conditions.
They just look so set and stable, shippers, don't they?
She's built for this, as I said earlier. Big, wide boat. You can see how narrow Blackjack is by comparison. She's just got to hang in there tonight and get through the night unscathed and then let the rest play out. But you can see her canty keeled as well. Here's Zara, as we saw her earlier. They look quite comfortable sitting in the cockpit.
Break out the cheese and bickies.
Yeah, well, it'd be wet biscuits. She's ploughing away south and on her first trip. So it's a lonely ocean out there already.
Yes, and you do get an idea now, don't you, of what lies ahead. And of course, the treacherous Bass Strait still to come.
Yes, the breeze will moderate late tomorrow, I think, and it could be a relatively easy passage across the strait. But here's Blackjack, Mark Bradford at the helm. A really strong crew. They're just sitting on the rail to add extra stability. Still punching out on starboard. The big test will become when they tack onto port. 75 Rogue Wave. Little two-hander. Kevin Lepoitevin and Darryl Gregg. Raced fully crewed 2019 and placed 115th overall. So I don't think she's one of the favourites, but good on them. Two-handers.
It's a courageous thing, isn't it, to go down to Hobart as a two-handed crew. That's amazing. There are 17 of them in this year's race, the first time they've been a part of the race, which is great to see. And there was a lot of interest, shippers, wasn't there? There's been great support for the two-handers.
Absolutely. Everyone's very thrilled to see them out there. They're a little boat here is Enchantress from South Australia. She's come up many times for this race. She arrived last year, 5 minutes before the race was cancelled. She sailed all the way up from South Australia, but she's back this year. Very popular competitor. Skippered by John Willoughby. A local design by John Muirhead on her 7th trip to Hobart. But there's the boat that's holding sway.
It's a big jump to the other end of the fleet, isn't it?
You just see how comfortable she looks. She's just nicely balanced in this seaway.
30 metres of yacht will do that for you, won't it?
Yes, it will.
Hell's bells.
Wow, hell's bells indeed. Another two-hander. All these two-handers are nicely snugged down with their sails. She's got a reef in the mainsail.
It's Lincoln Jews and Andrew Scott on Hell's Bells.